I accidentally shaved my beard off again.
I was gonna say it's a different look.
Not good.
Accidentally? What happened?
Well, there's like
You
I
forget the
bought
guard.
this like trimmer that has like a rocker on it that like makes the guard longer and shorter.
Yeah.
And so like here, I always trim to a 0
Right.
up here, and this always gets a 3.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes I pick it up and I don't look at it because the guard's on it,
Right.
and I'll just go one stripe and then go, oh, that was too
It's
much.
on the wrong thing. Yeah.
And then you have to do the whole thing like that. So
Yeah.
after that,
You could get creative with it.
yeah, I just do like a goatee or like like the 90s goatee.
Multi-layered kind of have levels,
But so then after that happened, I took the trimmer. Finally, this has happened to me probably 5 times in the last 2 years, and I put a line of dots from the body of the trimmer to the rocker, and then back onto the body of the trimmer, so it's aligned. You know what I mean? So like the dots have to be aligned
Right.
visually
Yep.
when you turn it on. So hopefully that solves this problem. The girls hate it. Hate it. They get so mad.
When you don't have a beard.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's sweet.
They get so mad.
Oh, that's not Dad. That's not my
Yeah.
dad.
See, Rory,
That's
you
right.
you just have the kind of I don't know if it's just because like I've seen you over the years so many times either bearded or beard free, but it doesn't even like you just look the same regardless of how you're shaven. Like I feel like for me, like when I grow out a beard, I look pretty radically different
Yeah.
than when I'm clean shaven. Like where when I shave it off, I just look like a fucking different person.
Yeah.
But like for you, for whatever reason, I don't know
I think it's because
why.
I think it's the beard is very short usually.
Yeah.
So it's like it doesn't really change the shape of my face.
Yeah, I mean, if you hadn't said anything about it, I would not have. It wouldn't have registered with me.
Well, that's good. You're not like my children who are absolutely horrified immediately on seeing me.
See, my family gets mad if I grow a beard.
No.
They hate it. My wife hates it. My daughter doesn't like it.
Darn.
Interesting.
No. Bummer. I like the beard look.
What about a little mustache?
What about a mustache? I think my wife she just doesn't like
facial hair?
kissing somebody with she doesn't like getting poked by facial hair.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Different strokes for different folks.
I guess
Yeah.
can't speak to that, but it doesn't seem nice. It seems unpleasant.
Well, everybody's got their
Different
particular.
things.
Sorry, I went away. What were we talking
Gonna
about?
be okay.
Beard talk.
Beard. This is Beard Chat, everybody. What's the name of the pod? It's Beard Chat.
Beard chat.
The name of the
Beard chat.
pod is we are rating our various levels of how much we like to kiss somebody with a beard. It is a beautiful Thursday morning. I'm a 10 out of 10. How are we doing?
I guess I can't say I've ever smooshed a guy with a beard.
Not gonna say you've tried it.
Yeah, I can't say. Have to go to World. Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's fine. Maybe
It's a lot.
good.
It's a lot of like texture, like for grabbing onto while you're getting in there. It's nice. It's like this adds a little extra dimension, like a little three-dimensional thing to the kiss.
Dimensionality. to it.
Maddie's doing his texture gesture again.
Making the texture
My
face.
texture gesture. That's true. That's the one. I'm just thinking. I've gone to my mind palace.
So I'm looking at the site right now, the Alloy Mag site.
Yeah.
We had that Verhoeven thing.
Yeah.
You see
saw
that? Where Jay was talking about how everything is like we've been in the chat, in the Alloy chat the last few days. We've been talking about how like design aesthetic has become like a Verhoeven thing.
Interesting.
Like there's a lot of new cars and like robots and stuff that are like, oh, that's from RoboCop, but it's like, no, actually that's a product that they're gonna try to sell. But the other thing that's on there is we've been talking about,
Like in the sense of like design that is kind of like actively kind of hostile.
yeah, but
Yeah.
like, but beyond that, like literally just looks like a product from RoboCop.
Right.
Like it looks, you know what I mean? Like it's not even a philosophical thing necessarily. It's like, no, this is just like an aesthetic ripoff of something from RoboCop. But we've also been talking about this. Did you see? This is a tired pod topic, but did you see the obviously the Trump K car thing, which feels like it was 6 months ago now. But then like Europe has also like introduced some a proposal to like allow the sale of
The e-cars?
some like K car style. They were calling them e cars. But it's very funny to me where it's like
And like in a way where it's just kind of relaxing regulations for smaller cars, like safety regulations, or kind of clearing out a space for kind of like super small, cheap kind of city cars that can be driven by unlicensed drivers, but also don't have to conform to like the really punishing
like
safety
in Europe.
regulations.
Well, in Europe, you'd call them cycle cars, and I think there's like there's a pretty big gap between like the punishing safety regulations and like something like the Citroën Ami or like the Fiat Topolino that they're proposing to bring here. Like the Fiat's CEO suggested that they would bring that car here and sell it, but like the gulf there is pretty, like if you were in a Topolino and you got into a fender bender with an F-150, like your family at home would get killed. Like it is is a notably unsafe car. It'd be like getting hit on a bicycle or a golf cart. But
I mean, it's also designed to be used in a space where you're not driving like 50 miles an hour. Like you're in a super urban setting. You're driving like 20, 25, 30 miles an hour tops, you know? So it's almost like a four-wheeled scooter. Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
In a perfect world, we would have our country separated in such a way those vehicles are never anywhere near each other. Like an F-150 is never in the city of Philadelphia.
Right.
even in New York City, the most urban environment, you will encounter 50-mile-an-hour traffic.
Right.
Whether you're in the bike lane or not. But it is, I guess, just very funny to me where it's like, things are unaffordable. No one can afford anything. And it's like, what if we just gave you some shittier stuff to buy? Oop, lost Matty. You know what I mean? It's not like, we got to figure out how to raise wages or make food less expensive or whatever. And it's like, what if you just had a more dangerous car? Like that,
why not?
how about that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, that's the point that the erstwhile first world finds itself now, which is that there is no path forward, and that the thing that we need to do, that needs to happen, not that we need to do, but the inevitability is that our standard of living goes down.
Right.
and this is a manifestation of it, you know. This is how it will manifest in car world, is that those safety regulations that we all enjoyed for the last 50 years, in terms of like, you know, making cars like so safe that it's pretty hard to kill yourself in an accident now. Those are going away. You won't have that anymore.
Don't have to worry about that anymore.
Because we can't afford it, because you know, nobody can afford to buy those cars, and so nobody can afford to buy cars, so everybody's driving around in fucking, you know, 20-year-old cars that you know, don't have the benefit of of the last 20 years worth of safety development, and you know, and because wages have not kept up with the cost of living, because all of that money has just gone to the the top tier of the ownership class. So we've all been squeezed out of that, and so
We're bringing asbestos back, baby. We're
so it's like, yeah, environmental regulations, safety regulations, OSHA regulations, the safety of your workplace, all of that shit just goes out the window. Now we're back to 1910 standard of living and just expectations for your fucking own mortality.
I mean, and it is also to like, man, these households are struggling to pay all their bills or whatever, and it's like, well, we could lower the child with working age for kids. Like,
Yep. No,
put
that
your
too.
kids back to work. And that, yeah,
Exactly.
It's like,
Yes. Yeah. Roll back child labor laws.
okay, well, I got an idea. A lot of these houses have little kids in them, huh? Maybe
Untapped.
Maybe they start bringing home a paycheck. Yeah.
It's their perfect.
good.
We're creating a perfect reactionary environment right now, regulatorily, which is that everyone's going to be really excited to put more, adding to the extant population of children who work in environments like meatpacking plants. But definitely also, according to Congress right now, we'll see how this goes. They think you should be able to work in a meatpacking plant if you're 16, but you should not be able to access any kind of gender transition. So. That's fine. It's all fine. It's all going good.
Yeah.
It's all fine.
The famously safe and long-term health supporting working in a chicken factory. I don't know anybody who's done that and regretted it or thought twice about it.
Or been
later in
horribly
life.
maimed or...
Yeah, made it. Yeah, felt like it was. Yeah, something happened to them there that they can't take back.
Yeah. Well, it's the kind of work that it's like, well, now, all these fucking yahoos are out here like, oh, we're finally, don't worry, we're getting rid of all the people who took your jobs. Now your kids can go work on a farm or in a meatpacking plant or whatever and experience all the... It's great. They're like doing the Imperial Boomerang thing on purpose, where it's like, hey, look, we saved all this exploitative labor for your children to do. Isn't this great? Aren't you guys super happy? Isn't it great that these jobs exist and your kids can do them? Yippee!
Yeah, I
Meanwhile, nobody wants to work anymore.
That's true. Least of all me. But here I am. Here. And yet, not only am I working, but I've found a way to work more than I ever have in my entire life without being paid. That's
Hey man, listen, I get it.
It's a real best of both worlds type situation.
Yeah, I've been there.
Let's see what else is happening in the old. What do you want to introduce the pod?
Oh yeah, I interrupted Peter earlier with my homosexual antics,
Not at all.
as ever.
The podcast is tired. The car podcast where people understand that cars are bad, with your friends Rory Carroll, Matty Riley, and me, Peter Hughes. Is this our 100th episode?
It is.
Is it really?
Technically, we had an episode 0, and people are gonna do a whole thing about it. But
Oh,
like
that's right.
number-wise, I mean, as far as what we are titling,
I saw you put up the thing yesterday, and
Yeah.
that was 99. So we made it to 100. That's pretty impressive.
And then how many do we have to do before we're done?
It's
This
100.
we did agree. This is
We
where
get
you
to
can
stop now.
renegotiate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rory gets to just sign out of the Google Meet.
See you guys. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. We did it. Oh man. There's going to be a Sam Altman CBS town hall with Bari Weiss. I was
God.
noticing the Erica Kirk one did like 60,000 views on YouTube with probably like $100 million, not $100 million, but several $1 million worth of promotion on CBS.
Yeah.
LA Mag is beating Bari Weiss's CBS in every respect, both on YouTube and in web traffic.
Wow.
That we've two guys made by ourselves.
Fuck yeah.
That's right.
So I think
That's amazing. Yeah. The thing with the whole, I mean, this is not relevant to anything, but I don't know, like the thing with CBS getting bought and like putting her in charge of it and everything, and everybody just like, oh, it's the end of the world. And I mean, to me, it's just further evidence and further. I mean, it's like it doesn't matter. Nobody fucking cares. Nobody watches that shit anyways.
Yeah.
It's like the big three networks. Like the idea that they are in any way remotely resembling the kind of the media representing the kind of media hegemony that they did, like for me growing up, where it's like that was the funnel, that was like what that was the thing that kind of shaped our entire reality, was the three networks and their news shows and fucking everything, All in the Family and Cheers and MASH and fucking whatever, and like, and the fact that just like today they're just
exist.
one of like 20,000 fucking, it's like more people watch fucking Max or whatever than like whatever, like think about the only reason anybody fucking tunes into like NBC at this point is to like watch a football game or something,
It is very
completely irrelevant.
Very funny to me that you can like that a network can put anything on TV and have 60,000 viewers. It's like I really also like now what they were doing, like media commentary thing. I would pay 1,000. Like right now I have no money, but I would pay $1,000 of my own money to see the Free Press Google Analytics page and see like what kind of traffic they were doing per month.
Let me get to that dashboard. Let me get a little peek at that.
I guarantee you they're under 100,000 weekly uniques. I there's no way. But it's so funny because it's like, man, if you just say you like Israel, that's it. That's all you have to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
People will just fucking cut you checks.
Yeah, it's like
People.
What kind of check are we talking about here? Well, that's why we don't have our checks. That's why we didn't sell Tired Pod to CBS News for $100 million or whatever.
Yeah.
It's very fun watching all of these institutions, like media, capital I institutions, like absolutely get what they deserve. Honestly, it's like, well, what's CBS News become? Oh, it's Bari Weiss's funny little hand puppet that she holds up now to like do whatever she wants. It's just like, well, yeah, that's what you get if you're CBS News.
She's getting paid.
Oh,
I mean,
that's true.
She's making out pretty good.
But the veneer of like the power those institutions used to have, and like what is obviously what it's become now relative to that is like it's whatever. She can make all the money she wants. That's what these people do. But like the collapse
$200 million.
The effectiveness of it.
Yeah.
$200 million for a site that nobody reads.
Exactly. It's great. It's exactly what should happen to CBS News after just like the general everything that all of those news institutions have participated in the whatever you want to call it, manufacturing consent or whatever over the decades is like, that's fine. It's like, oh, what's CBS News now? It's Bari Weiss's little thing that she's doing that gets like no YouTube presence at all. Like, cool. Hey, works for me.
After this morning, we can talk more about cars after this, but I on the way to school we were talking about going to Asia, and the girls were like, oh, we want to go to Japan, we want to go to South Korea, and the old one was like, I would like to live in South Korea, and I was like, oh, that's cool. She's like, I wouldn't want to live in North Korea, and I was like, why? And she was like, have you heard about North Korea? She's like, it's terrible there. And I was like, oh, we'll talk about this after school. But I was like, the short version is that they're being punished for not letting America bully them. Mm-hmm. And she was like, America's so bad. I was like, well.
Atta girl.
Yeah.
True. Correct. It's like, well, sweetie, we killed a bunch of their population, refused to allow them self-government, and then we bombed them more after that, actually.
It is amazing that you can be like even at 8 years old, you're already
indoctrinated,
subject to to
That I know.
kind of propaganda about North Korea.
Insane. It's like
I know.
that.
I was like, what have you heard?
Right.
She's like, well, people don't have enough to eat. People don't have enough to.
Right.
They're not. I forget what else she said, but I was like, yeah. The long and the short of it is that they're being punished for not. And she goes, America's so bad. She's like, people should just be able to do what they want. And I was like, yep.
From the mouths of babes.
I've been saying it, baby.
She's a budding third worldist. I'm so proud.
Yep.
Self-determination for on a global scale after the great Satan has been defeated. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I was almost like, you know what they call America and a lot of the world? But I didn't want to get into it.
That's for later, you know. Work your way up to it.
There's a line about I think there's like a thing where like your kids are well educated and they kind of know what's going on in the world, and there's also a thing where you turn them into a pariah because they are so far outside of
Right.
You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
exactly. No, that's the kind of line that I've been treading for forever. You know?
Yeah.
It's just kind of like just saying enough to just kind of sow the seeds of doubt so that she knows that like whatever she's learning at school to take all of it with a, you know, huge grain of salt.
grain of salt.
And
but also don't make yourself look like a crank at 8 years old.
yeah, exactly.
Like your dad.
Exactly. It's like don't start asking your you know history teacher about Building 7 or whatever.
Yeah.
So real.
My crank opinions have already cost me one very very expensive well-paying job, and I don't need my child to suffer.
It's so funny. There's such a reactionary equivalent to this. That's like your kid goes into 7th grade and is asked like questions in science class about evolution, and is like, "I know better than all of this. God did it." Ding.
Yeah.
And then you're now. I must say, this is a real thing that happens because that was me. I did that.
Really?
But it's like there totally already is a class of like weird politicized children, and it's all reactionary. So I don't know, maybe we could use
yeah.
some more leftist crank 17-year-old kids out in high school just like, you know what, actually I am gonna be the problem now. If you get to be the problem, so do I.
Yeah.
But
I don't know how that would go over in our town.
true.
Yeah,
Well, just
unfortunately.
especially particular topics. That's
Yeah.
I do remember you making a Tumblr post once where you were like, "Yeah, my kid's doing flashcards for history class," and you know, it's like I'm trying to quiz her, but it's like, "What year did Columbus discover America?" And she's like, "Poppy, I know, I know, Poppy,"
Yeah.
which is great too because it's like, she gets it. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said. I mean, it's okay if they're kind of cranks. I just don't want them to be like ostracized, I guess, is the like get in big trouble.
Yeah. You still need to get along in the world.
Yeah, exactly. Now, honey, remember this is the true thing, but when you go into class, you have to respond with this range of things. You can't talk about this with your classmates.
Yeah, here's what you say. Here's what you say if you get pulled over.
Here's what I say at my job, and here's what you can say at school.
Going to CES again.
Oh, yeah.
Guess who I'm going with?
Who?
Zeekr.
No.
Yeah. I get to drive a Zeekr. And I'm staying with them all weekend.
Oh, my God.
Oh, hell yeah. What are you driving? Do you know?
We don't know yet. Kevin says it might be the 9X, I think. Kevin has been... It sounds like Kevin has, like... I think he is like the American journalist they know the best.
Yeah.
And so I think he has been kind of advising them because he seems to know an awful lot about this trip.
Wow.
I love it.
But yeah, we're doing Zeekr 9X, I think. Which should be super rad.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, I'm very, very stoked. Yeah, that's the big Rolls Royce Cullinan
Yeah. No, I just
Yeah,
looked.
yeah.
It's the big huge SUV limousine.
So we're doing that. I also have been thinking about we can workshop this here live on air. I think we can trust the Tired Pod listeners to not rat me out on it, but we have like, I feel like the Alloy launch had a lot of good momentum, and I feel like we've still been signing people up and the site's still like growing little by little, but I feel like this is a slow news cycle, like the next 10 days. And so we have an opportunity to do something really wild and kind of get some more attention. And I think we're trying to figure out how to execute this, but I think that I want to start a fake AI publishing company and then buy a bunch of advertising for it, and make it like either like carnews.ai, which is like that's a URL that I could buy.
Oh man.
And then redirect it obviously to a page on Alloy, but like put up some either billboards or those like link NYC, like, but just be really blatant. Like, let me see. I had a bunch of taglines yesterday for Fern. Let's see.
It's like let AI choose your next car for you, kind of thing, or
No, like this is car news written by AI, but it's like car news for people who DM you asking, "Is this a real car?" You get those DMs where it's like a AI generated car. People are like, "Is this real? Is this real? Is this real?" Then I had.
I mean, for me, that's a very reliable tell. Like for when something is AI, where it's just like that's not an actual car that exists in the world. Like that I can definitively like.
I get 20 DMs a week from people who are like kind of casually into cars who are like, "Is this GMC pickup? Or are they building this?" And it's like, no, that's someone that's an AI. It has 6 fingers, but the
Exactly.
I respect they're using you and not Grok, I guess.
yeah. But we could do let our AI produce whatever this is. Your readers are too stupid to know the difference. But like a really slick, like like the pink, like the sans serif, like the kind of fun tech branding.
Yeah.
We took a whole town in Iowa's water supply to write this article, and we can do it for you. Let's see.
Oh, big fan. I love it.
We could do built with AI for the dumbest readers on the internet.
Oh, wait, there's that very specific AI syntax thing about like, and it's not just a car, it's the car, with like an M dash. There's got to be some more ways you can work it in.
Yesterday, Fern sent me some copy that was human written copy that he's like, that sounds like AI. And it was like, you're right. It's like, there's a thing where it's like sentences, there's always a sentence or two that have like, it's not just X, it's
Yes.
or like, it's not ba, but like, it's not A, it's B.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like a very common AI tell.
9th grade essay type persuasive writing.
But I would love to have like, some fake headlines and some fake like some fake screenshots of a website that's like AI created with fake cars, fake car news, like AI generated car news. Because it's the kind of thing that like a bunch of people who own publishing companies or like a bunch of people who are like in charge of publishing companies would be like, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea." Like that's a really good. We should be doing that. They're gonna crush everybody.
Well, half of them fucking are.
Yeah, true.
But they're just hiding it. They're just pretending that it's fucking real.
Fake bylines and stuff. Yeah. That's what happened.
Or someone writes it in AI and then cleans it up and then publishes it.
That seems to be what they've done over at what the women.com guys have done to Jalopnik, right?
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Yeah, so much of that shit is just like
Really brutal.
I feel bad about that.
I know. Hey man, you did everything you could.
I did more than I should have.
I know.
Actually, I think.
That's true. That's completely true, man. I know.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we want to do that. I think like maybe buy some, like I said, buy some advertising, parody style and just put it out there in the world and see
Yeah, just
what happens.
just onion it.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. It's going to be a balance of making it mean enough to be funny, but like plausible enough to be real.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Ooh.
I like it.
I always think of when we saw those when we were looking at website ads and Peter got that one that was like an obviously AI generated image of a car like cobbled together from stuff, but the headline on it was new Hyundai Palisade for seniors. Because now every time I see a fucking
Yeah.
Palisade, my brain just like new Hyundai Palisade for seniors, like permanent real estate. That's exactly it. Yeah.
There's the other one too is like you won't believe this new Volvo for seniors, and it's the Volvo. It's the one that was like the troop carrier. It's like a mid-engine van. You know what I'm talking about? It's like let's see, it's a military truck, but it's like it's like a four-wheel. It kind of looks like a the Volvo C303, but it's
Oh,
like
yeah,
one
yeah,
of
yeah.
these. And it's like, oh, people were shocked when they saw this new
Right.
Volvo for seniors.
Looks like a
It's
Pinsgauer or whatever.
It is, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like that is shocking. That's a good idea, though. Seniors love that. They only go about 8 miles an hour.
Good lord.
Yeah. This senior would take it.
Yeah, I'm down. That's a good Volvo. All right, what else? What else is happening out there in the world?
While you look, someone in here is eating plastic. I need to find out who, so he doesn't. It's definitely Pecan. I say somebody. It's Pecan. He's gonna choke himself. Hang on, 1 second.
Daniel does have a nice Jalopnik article this morning. You can buy a Hallmark Christmas ornament of the electric Ram 1500 Rev that was canceled before it ever went on sale. It's like a little commemorative. That's kind of a cool item.
Yeah.
$30.
Souvenir
really-
of the future that never was.
I think Jay has started using the EV era to describe like the EV era as a discrete period in time.
Like as in past tense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I really like.
Yeah.
I remember being at Jalopnik 2 years ago and being like, it's crazy that we're going to see the beginning, middle, and end of EVs in America. And Daniel and a bunch of other people were like, no, that's crazy. Everyone's already made all these commitments. They've already said that by 2035 their entire fleets are going to be EV, and it's
Yeah.
like people say a lot of things, but but it is that I thought I was being kind of dramatic about that, but that's the case. It seems like
Yeah.
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 It's
I mean,
definitely,
I mean, we are seeing some pretty. I mean, this week Ford announced that they're killing the electric pickup truck. The thing is, I mean, I'm still towing a kind of centrist position on this, where I do not think that the EV as a proposition is dead. I just think that the
No.
future will be much more heterogeneous than kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I think Alex the other day was like, "Do you think we'll hit like a sustainable 30% market share for EV?" And I said, "I think we've probably arrived at roughly the market share for EV, which is like 10-12% right now." And I was like, "I think that's probably sustainable, like long term, but I think that's probably the market for EVs in America. Unless there's a huge technical development battery wise, or there's like a bunch of
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the
new
thing.
chargers
I
put
think
up or whatever."
I think that there will continue to be technological advances in battery technology in under future administrations of better infrastructure and support. I don't think that it will be shoved down people's throats in the way that people doomsayers were expecting 5 years ago. But I don't think that 30% market share eventually is unrealistic, and I don't think that it's unrealistic that it won't go higher than that at some point. I mean, it's just at some point fossil fuels will just become a prohibitively expensive. I mean, it's like the fact that we've kind of like that there's now kind of this unforeseen glut, just because of the U.S. has unlocked so much of its own. I mean, U.S. is like the fucking largest oil producer at this point. That was not foreseen 10 years ago either. So we kind of, at the moment, the U.S. is playing that hand, but that's not a permanent situation.
They and we can also go back to all the places like, remember we used to have a oil well in this country. Like, don't we still own that? Like the Venezuela, we can
exactly.
go take that one. But I think I don't know. I mean, like, to me, it's like I know Americans will spend $5-6 on gas. I've seen it. They will do that before they will buy a smaller car. And I know that like America will probably be the last country that has a lot of access to gas, just because of
possibly. Yeah,
our behavior.
This is the thing. We are talking specifically about the U.S. And the U.S. is increasingly a marginal fucking market.
Yeah.
And that trend will continue. It's like we are no longer the largest fucking auto market in the world, and the largest fucking auto market in the world is dominated by, guess what? Fucking EVs.
Yeah. No. And that's a good point. China, the rest of the world will be in EVs.
Yes,
but
I mean, increasing.
Us,
so I mean, to the extent that EVs may or may not represent like a smaller, larger fucking percentage of our
US
auto
fleet.
Market. It's like it's irrelevant because we are fucking irrelevant. Yeah. Because we're a fucking provincial backwater, just like we're still doing our fucking
it's just weird
old technology shit because
it's just weird there.
Exactly. That's what they do because they're fucking backwards.
Yeah, they still get cancer there too. It's really strange.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
They
and look at their terrible standard of living and their
infant mortality. They're all driving these little tiny gas cars with Harbor Freight Predator motors.
Oh god.
It's like, and go-karts. And golf carts,
Yeah. Getting smoked by the rich people who still drive F-150s. It'll be fun. It'll be cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Who knows what the future holds? I mean, maybe at some point, a future version of the U.S. gets kind of reintegrated into the larger world, no longer as this kind of protectionist former hegemon trying to, desperately hang on to whatever influence it once had. But has instead resigned itself to its new place in this kind of multipolar world and can I mean, I'm talking about like 50 years from now, like or more. At that point, I mean, I do feel just like on a global scale. I think that. If not EVs, just kind of alternative fuel, just non fossil fuel powered cars. However, whatever shape or form that takes.
Bicycle, human powered.
Yeah, and also just I mean, cars just being maybe less of a not the primary. Yeah, I mean, that's the funny thing is that, in the case of China, I mean, even while, building out their high-speed rail infrastructure and other and kind of public transport stuff, to the point where it's, arguably the best in the world, they've still adopted the automobile in this really
Yeah.
wide scale way that in a lot of ways looks a lot like the US, which is interesting. And I wonder that if as other developing countries kind of come up to par, if they will pursue that or might just focus more on and maybe part of that in China is just because of its geographical similarity to the U.S. and just being so big and kind of widespread, and cities have the luxury of kind of spreading out in the same way that we do here, which is not the case in lots of other parts of the world, Africa and South America and the rest of Asia.
What's interesting about that though is China's embraced the car, but also since 2008 they've been building all of that rail also. They're doing the best of both worlds. That's part of why they're winning. And we would never do that, which is crazy.
Right. No, it's a multi kind of dimensional. It's not just, putting all their eggs in the car basket.
They're doing rail and they're beating us at cars. It's we got nothing, man. We do nothing here.
We used to have movies. We used to be able to do that, but not. It looks like we're not.
Oh,
doing that
I saw an
anymore
article
either.
about that completely collapsing now. What is it? 20% of the industry workforce has just not worked since COVID and has just had to do other stuff, and it keeps getting worse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're in the conversation too. We're one of the better at AI. Not the best, certainly, but we're
building out we're laying the groundwork for just total AI dominance.
We have spent more
and
money.
that investment, I think, is really going to pay off. It's going to pay some dividends.
Once we get to the $1 trillion mark, I think that's when things are really going to start happening for us.
Yeah, for sure.
But not until then. That's the big.
Yeah.
That's the trouble. But I think $1 trillion. That would be it's a reasonable price to pay for. Did you see Sam Altman's shirtless firefighter AI generated photo that he posted yesterday? It's
No.
He's like, yeah, this is a great use for AI. Is you can make a calendar with pictures of yourself for AI or for Christmas for people. But
That is great. That's amazing.
It's so amazing because it's I couldn't do that on the CVS website previously.
Couldn't ask a friend with Photoshop.
I couldn't use Photoshop. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a tool that will do it on the fucking the CVS.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
.com, which is what we get my mom for Christmas every year. But
Good stuff.
yeah, but yeah, it's $1 trillion. I think we'll be good. Yeah.
For a real product that does real things.
What was that, Matty?
I was saying it's $1 trillion involving a real product that does real things and is involved in the world in a real way, and it's all fine. Normal economy.
Well, yeah, just $1 trillion. Anyway, what else we got? What else is going on in the car world?
I did have a thing that I this week has just completely gotten away from me with just fucking Christmas shit and me still being sick like a fucking. I don't even want to say but there is a story that I want to write and just about did you see the announcement earlier this week from Chery, Chinese manufacturer Chery, that they're committing to a 5-year development program to bring a car to Le Mans.
Oh, how about that?
Oh, wow.
They signed the agreement with the ACO. They're going to do it with their Exceed brand, which is a brand in China that mostly has like some bunch of SUV type things. They do have a kind of sporty 4-door hatch sedan that actually looks really good, and I watched a video about it, and it seemed fairly impressive. Compares well to like the Xiaomi SU7 and what's the other whatever the equivalent BYD and Xpeng cars, but yeah, they're all in on this thing, and they kind of have this 3-phase development program where they're going to kind of start sourcing kind of local talent drivers. They're building like a test track, like outside their manufacturing hub.
Which class are they going into?
They're going to do it in hypercar.
Wow.
I mean, they're talking about doing GT3 too, but I think they want to
just go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think hypercar is kind of like a practical way for new manufacturers to kind of weirdly, like just to do a prototype is kind of easier than a GT3 car, just because you can
road car.
Yeah, you don't have to build a road car, and you can partner. Depending on whether you go the LMDH route or the LMH hypercar route. LMDH, you're partnering with one of the 4 or 5 existing chassis platform suppliers. So they built the spine of the car. Whether it's Orica or Dallara Multimatic, and I guess Ligier is the other one. Or they could go the other route, the LMH route, and just develop their whole, platform from scratch, like the way that Ferrari and Toyota do. But yeah, I mean, they seem serious about it. It does seem like wildly fucking ambitious. It's like, really, you're going to bring in 5 years, you're going to have a car at Le Mans.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to have a car running like full season WEC. But I mean,
Got the money. It's not impossible to do. That's the
no,
thing.
exactly.
Porsche out, Chery in. That's a fascinating development for WEC right now. It's just the current state of things. Like Porsche out, Chery talking about getting in.
Yeah. No, I mean it's. I mean, I feel like we were just talking like a few weeks ago about. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about there's speculation about this story, but it's a real thing now.
Crazy.
Yeah, and that question of like, well, when does a Chinese manufacturer enter the fray? Well, I guess now we know. We can set our timers for 2030 or 2031. I'm not sure what
Right.
calendar year they're shooting for, but
About that.
but yeah, pretty crazy.
No kidding.
That's good.
That's exciting.
That's that's very good. That would be someone to root for. I yesterday read something about BYD having more engineers on staff than Tesla has employees.
I love that. I'd love for that to be true. That's true in my heart.
Insane. To think about.
I love that.
Oh my god.
I mean, BYD is a much bigger, like they're a real car company that like sells in volume.
Yeah.
But that's still a very crazy thing.
Speaking of somebody to root for, I saw on Instagram our man, Valtteri Bottas, posted his final goodbye to Mercedes video as he is moving on to drive for the Cadillac F1 team. Very exciting. I am getting increasingly hyped for this, I have to admit. Like, going from, like, not caring at all about F1 to, like, I think one of the things I'm going to have to do in the near future is actually go back and watch a bunch of Drive to Survive and like get caught up, but like I am fascinated from what I read online about like there are I have got girlies on the dash who know the name of like every Red Bull mechanic, and I'm like, I
Oh, yeah.
love this. I love this. What's going like I found out who Gian Piero Lambiase is, and I'm like, oh, okay. So like there's a whole ecosystem of other people involved in F1 who I'm kind of I'm fascinated by. And so
Who is that? I don't know who that is.
the race engineer for Max Verstappen, like very sweet guy, kind of like a Ben Keating looking kind of guy, but younger, you know, like kind eyes, total cue ball. Seems sweet, but like there's all this kind of fascinating extra stuff going on, but I kind of want to be ready to root for Cadillac. I'm psyched. I'm like genuinely really pumped about it.
Jimmy yesterday was texting me. He is like home from work. Maybe this is Monday, but he was watching the F1 movie finally,
Oh, yeah.
and he hated it. He
Oh,
was
yeah?
so mad.
Oh, really?
What did he hate about it?
Let me pull up his.
Jimmy, who's apparently like a big film buff, because he's texting every time one of my Film Friday things goes up. He's in my he's texting me about it, you know. And
So he said, Le Mans is better so far. It's close. And I said, well, F1 doesn't descend into 2 hours of incomprehensible plot, just 2 hours of stupid and extremely comprehensible plot. He said 20 minutes in, Le Mans is already more realistic. There's also noticeable lack of flute and jazz with strings.
gotta say, I'm Team
Dialogue
Jimmy
in
still.
Le Mans is more real.
Yeah, true.
Let's see.
Facts.
True.
Considering most people's extremely harsh take on Le Mans, how did this movie not get torn apart by every single reviewer? Let's see. Days of Thunder is more accurate than this. This is a circle jerk. Big ol' Lewis Hamilton circle jerk. Very disappointed. Brad Pitt's 80s hair and IndyCar being a backup driver career are the two only accurate parts of this movie.
The hair was very good.
And then he said, why do I feel like these guys are going to do shake and bake for the win? And I said, you're going to be so mad at the end. And he said, oh, God. They're shaking and baking. Oh, my God. He said, did everybody who wrote a review of this get a trip to Monaco? This is one of the worst racing movies ever made. I'm embarrassed for everybody involved. It's worse than Rush. Marginally better than Driven. Marginally better than Race for Glory, Audi versus Lancia. They had him win the thing. Oh, is part 2 going to be how he wins Baja in a bug? Oh, my God. What's this about? Oh, it's about Ed Sheeran and Just Drive. LOL. Thanks to Martin Donnelly for us trivializing his near-death crash in an utter garbage billion-dollar embarrassment. Even the credits are embarrassing. Thank you, Roscoe. Jesus. Billion-dollar Netflix Drive to Survive. Lewis Hamilton circle jerk. This movie is everything wrong with basically everything. And then they said, what should I ask Marino Franchitti? I'm talking to him in 5 minutes. You should ask him how he feels about this garbage fucking movie. Let's see. They had a perfectly fun homage thing going between Le Mans and Grand Prix, and they just fucked the whole thing up with an utterly fantastical shit plot, ending it with its ending from Talladega Nights. Trash, Roy, trash. Disservice to the sport. Let's see. There's another like 15 minutes of this.
Oh, I'm sure. I respect the hate.
Yeah.
The hate game is very strong. I also hate fun, and so I have to respect Jimmy on this point.
Yeah.
I was able to suspend my disbelief for pod purposes, just go in and turn off my brain. But like, I must
Yeah, of
respect
course.
Jimmy for the level of hating fun on display here. Absolute masterclass. Thank you, Jimmy.
He said, I think the movie might have killed whatever love I had left for F1. You know, to me, I was like, imagined watching the new Top Gun movie if I was a fighter pilot and being like, you know, how annoyed I would be. It's like, I think that's just how you have to approach movies sometimes. It's like, yeah, if you were the guy who knew about this for real, you'd be mad. But also, like, I do know about F1 for real, and I know it's fucking boring, and I would not spend 3 hours in a movie theater watching F1 without my phone. That's torture. It's exhausting. Like, to sit down and watch an actual F1 race while you're on your phone is only barely tolerable. So yeah, it would not make a fun movie.
No, the element of the spectacular is sort of necessary, I think. And if you're like, if someone comes to you and is like, we are gonna do the most like huge bullshit like spectacle movie about F1 and like just make it like a complete like caricature that will be interesting to people to bring them in, and like taking all the elements of F1 that already have spectacle built into them and expanding those and compressing all the other stuff out of it, like, of course that's what you're gonna do. If you're Lewis Hamilton, you're gonna be in there like, looks great, guys, very true, absolutely true to my experience of it. That's fine, go for it, you know.
Yeah. It would be like if you went to try to make the F1 documentary, it could potentially be the most boring movie.
Even Drive to Survive has to be cinematic, you know? Like, they can't...
Right. Yeah.
And build their narratives like it's reality TV, you know? Like...
Well, that's the thing is, I mean, yeah, the what makes that watchable is not the racing, it's the soap opera.
Yes.
It's the very carefully cut.
And it's like The Bachelor. They have their little narratives and they pop them up and they prop this guy up. Oh, this guy's mad about this. And they come out in the press later. They're like, nah, there was nothing really going on there. I mean. They're going to sell their TV show. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't, I mean, the thing is, I mean, you know, I mean, I'm a, I'm a Le Mans, the movie defender. The thing, I feel like, maybe Jimmy went into F1 with a higher level of expectation than we did. I think the reason that we enjoyed it so much collectively was just because I feel like we went into it expecting so little, and we're just kind of pleasantly surprised by just kind of how little offensive, like just obviously, you know, terrible shit there was. Like it, you know, it did a reasonably good job of you know, conveying the things about racing that are exciting and doing it in a way that you know, was somewhat realistic, you know, at least like you know, getting the technical details right and just seeing that stuff depicted on screen, and also, you know, like just showing the kind of you know, the team aspect of it, just how involved the engineers and mechanics are in the whole thing, even if it's in this kind of tokenized way or whatever. It gave a much more kind of full and realistic portrayal of racing than I think the kind of one-dimensional shit that you get in a, you know, Days of Thunder or whatever. You know,
that's
a comic book.
I think like it was like better than expected was my thing. It was like I expected to hate it, and I was like, this is fine. This is fun.
Right. And just like to your point, Matty, just like the I mean, I think just like my ability to kind of just suspend disbelief and just fucking be along for the ride. Yeah. Like, you know, that's pretty key to enjoying it, you know, and if you're not willing to do that, which it sounds like Jimmy, just from his comment, he was holding it to a higher standard, and you know, I mean, full respect.
Absolutely.
And definitely, if you know, if you're holding it to that criteria, then yeah, it is going to come up short.
Also, I saw it, and we all saw it in the theater, where like it's big and it's happening at you the whole time, and it's loud and it's big, and it's like that's a right way to watch that movie. If you're like watching F1 on an airplane or at home or on your phone, it's like, oh, I probably would have hated that too. But like I was in the theater and it was very big and loud, and I just kind of like shut myself off, and I was like, well, maybe I'll get to see Brad Pitt's nipples really big at some point in this fucking film, and they will stop hiding them from me, and I will have a nice time. And then the cars go really fast and they're loud, and it's like, that's great. And the Hans Zimmer, yay, yippee, in a theater, we love it.
Yeah.
We love that.
Yeah, it's great.
But again, I must respect the game. I hate fun. Jimmy, great stuff. Thank you. That's like I have to respect the form regardless of like whether I agree with the content. Really good, really good.
Yeah, I do have to wonder. I feel like Jimmy will hate. He's probably gonna listen to this, but he will hate me saying this. But I wonder what the circumstances were with him going into the movie. He was by himself in his house. It was the morning. If it was not the morning, I would say he had probably had some gin, because he seemed to be in a texty mood, which he does not typically. So
Ornery.
yeah,
He sounds kind of ornery.
like
I think
he's
I got
in an ornery mood.
I got more texts from Jimmy in the course of him watching that movie than I will in a typical month. So something going on there.
No,
Maybe
it's
it's
good.
maybe it's not the movie as much as it is. You have to look inside yourself a little bit.
But a completely acceptable venue to go in and say, I want to go get mad at this movie because that's the morning I'm having. Like, you know what?
Yep.
Cheers. That's cool. I respect it.
Yeah.
Totally.
Speaking
Speaking
of
of movies, I did have a few notes about Drive My Car that didn't make it into
Oh yeah.
to my review.
I'm so glad you liked that. I was really hoping.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, it's a really beautiful movie. And I was happy that I watched it, kind of despite my reticence to to do so, because of my sob situation.
No, I'm glad. What else did you have?
But the thing, the one place where I have to say, like, like that, where it's just like, okay, that's not real, right? Like this is, it's like, I mean, the portrayal of the car is so is so kind of loving and great, but there's a point where, like, the first test drive, when she gets into the car, and he's kind of giving her, he's like, I haven't agreed to you being my driver yet, or whatever. But she gets in and she asks him right off if the car has any problems with electrical components. And from the back seat, he says, I've driven it for 15 years and no problems. And I was just like, okay, no, I'm sorry. It's a fucking 30 plus year old fucking sob.
Gonna have to give you a big disagree on that one, pal.
Like,
Yeah.
well,
Like, that's not real. That's
This is
I
the
know
only
that
one that's like this.
it's like
that's great.
so that was a moment where I it's like, okay, we'll give that a pass. And
Absolutely
just
not.
let this roll. But yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that.
Yeah. You're gonna write a letter to the.
Dear
To
Mr.
the,
Hamaguchi, I just want you to know. Just send him
Please
pictures of the
provide
sub.
documentation.
Exactly. I need to look at the records. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, I kind of meant to look up. I mean, the car is so immaculate, so beautifully preserved. But I do think that like the rules for keeping a car registered in Japan, I know just anecdotally, are like really strict.
It's very intense. You can't. It's hard to get a license. It's hard to get a car. It's hard to keep a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. I mean, it's like annual inspections, but it's like really strict inspections that you have to. The car has to
Yeah,
pass.
so maybe that's just like it just lives in a mechanic's shop, and then he picks it up when he drives it. Just like there's always a guy fixing stuff.
I mean,
on it.
that's what I have to think. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's just like the amount of the number of just independent like specifically electrical issues that I had to have addressed on that car, just in the 10 years that I was dailing it. Yeah, pretty comical.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that that's unique.
I wonder how much leeway you even have for keeping a car like that around. Because Rory, you had mentioned you knew people who've done some car spotting out there. I wonder if some of that is, if the landscape of car spotting out there is different due to the level of care that they're required to take of the cars, like in the regulations.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I think just the idea of having a car at all and then having an old car there is so much more serious an undertaking. It's like you just can't casually have an old car there. Like it's like
Right.
it's like you are committed to this lifestyle. It's like they make it really, really hard on you, and then like yeah, it's just like you can't have a piece of shit, or you can't have a car where it's like, oh, the taillights don't work, or whatever. Oh, I'm gonna get around to fixing that rust or whatever. Like that's just not a thing.
Well, and
Yeah.
Peter had to find a Saab guy. Like, imagine if you're like the Saab guy in, I don't know how big of a region in Japan. You even have to like divide that up by like, oh yeah, we got Miyagi Prefecture has one guy for these like 10 marks. Good luck. You know, like how hard is it to find a Saab guy in Japan? I wonder, to like make
Yeah.
sure your stuff is up to date.
I mean, that's the flip side of it is though is like for as hard as they make it, the car culture in Japan is so strong that there is like it seems like
Yeah.
there is a guy for literally everything.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's like Akihabara. Like, you go out there and you could find a specific guy for, like, a computer they made, like, 10 of in, 1992.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, there's a guy who can get you a board for that. But, like, I imagine that there's probably... You have to do some digging, but, like, the car... Oh! I was in the Kinokuniya up in Fort Lee in New Jersey, and I found a magazine that was pretty recently published. And they had, flipping through... It was a car enthusiast magazine. They had all of these like OEM parts, and it was still like, how do we get this? You call the phone number under there, brother. You're gonna call somebody's landline and get this OEM part sent to you, or you're gonna have to go to the shop. Here's the address. Like, it was so cool. It was like $40. I didn't buy it, or I would have shown you guys. But like, if I go back up there, I'll try and find it and get some pictures. But it's so cool that like, there's still so much of that like going out there, and that it's still running kind of that like analog, like, I mean, that was my experience in Japan too. When I went in 2005, like shops were barely even taking credit cards, and like you still had a lot of landline phone stuff going on, obviously here and there, but like for all the reputation Japan has as being like super high tech, a lot of hobbyist stuff kind of still runs that more analog track. I think that's really cool.
Like old stuff that still works. Because
Yeah.
it was built really well in the first place.
The Saab guy probably has a landline phone. You call if you get there's probably a little Saab magazine you have to get, and you call a guy on a phone. It's like, hey man, I need a part for this.
Yep. My I have to lie and tell everybody that my electrical system still works perfectly. Can you get me in today and fix this before anybody notices? I have this young woman
Hey, man,
coming
listen.
in. She's gonna be in my car, and she can't know that all the dash lights are on.
Ah,
All right, I should probably wrap up. Getting some
All right.
some LIDMs. All right. Stay tired.
Yeah. Stay
stay
tired.
tired, everybody.
All right.
Peace.
Happy holidays.